Hey guys, welcome back to another audio. Today I am just on my spare, so I'm sitting down at home, pretty much doing nothing. I just finished doing Bible study, but today I wanted to make an audio or a video about how everything is working out for our good. And I know that a lot of the times, we hear that, and it can be very difficult to hear in seasons where it doesn't feel like things are working out for our good, or in seasons where everything is just collapsing right in front of us. And sometimes we will get a nudge from the Holy Spirit, or we will get this intuition feeling to do certain things. And these things can be as small as wash the dish after you finished using it, or go back and take out the garbage, or dress up your bed before you leave. And I've been feeling personally for my life that I've been getting super little nudges like that, and I don't understand what they mean. I don't understand why it's so loud in my spirit to do stuff like that, or little nudges like make sure you add a period at the end of that sentence before you send that email, or whatever the case may be. And so I've been getting little nudges like that, and I've been getting little just intuition feelings to do particular things. And I always thought some of these things that God or the Holy Spirit has me doing is irrelevant, or what is this going to do for me, or how is this pertaining to my situation. But the more that the days go on, and the more that my life begins to unfold before me, it's the more that I realize how literally everything and every decision and every act of obedience that I've partook in has just been completely in order, just been completely designed to work for me. And I was talking about how I was recently choosing between two universities that I wanted to go to. So if I wanted to go to a university close by to my house, I would still be in the same city, I would still be around all the same people, and most likely I would see basically half of my high school there. Or I could choose to go to a university that's 4 hours away from where I live, so it's nowhere near my hometown. It's on the border of the US, and I would basically be going to this school that nobody knows. It doesn't really have a big reputation, but I had to choose between two of those schools. And as scary as it was, and as hard as the decision was to make for my life, and as much criticism that I got from making that particular decision, I ended up choosing to go to the university 4 hours away because that's what I felt like God was telling me to do. And so the whole journey has been scary. I've been paying for residence. I'm picking a roommate currently. And the whole journey has just been so different. I've never experienced this. I've never experienced living in a house other than my own. I've never experienced living with anybody else other than my family. I've never experienced being on my own. And then it's just so many life changes are going to be happening at once. I'm going to be turning 18. I'm going to be moving and living alone for the first time. I'm going to be going to university. I'm going to be getting a credit card. I'm going to be able to travel by myself. So many changes are happening at once. And, I expressed my doubts to God, and I spoke with him a lot about it, but more than anything, I was still obedient to the things he was telling me to do. If he told me, go to the open house here, make it happen, I went and did it. If he told me, go show your parents this and pay for this, I made it happen. And I never understood what those small nudges were about, or what the purpose of them really was, but all I knew is that God was telling me to do it. And so as scary as it is to be that, everyone always says that in high school, there's just those 10 people who completely disappear, and then people never hear about them until they get super successful or whatever. And I genuinely feel I'm one of those 10 people, because people keep asking me where I'm going for university, and I just keep saying, oh, I don't know yet, or I'm still deciding. But the truth is, I've accepted my offer. I'm picking a roommate. I've already paid all of these things, but I just so badly and God is just pushing me so much to just be quiet about where I'm going and not tell everybody everything. And a lot of people won't understand it. And there was a lot of discouragement on the way to me picking this university, because again, it doesn't have a big name like the other university. But as the time went on, I realized that this was the one for me. this university valued its students more than it valued the money it was taking from its students. We always hear universities just want your money, but this university genuinely values their students' well-being. This university is on the border, so I'll be able to get groceries on the other side. This university is located in a place that is the cheapest place in the country that I'm living in. It's the cheapest place for apartments, cheapest place for gas and groceries. This university is located where social workers, which is what I'm going to university to do, they get paid the most and they get the most internships. And so the more that things begin to unfold, the more that I begin to realize that this was actually always working out in my favor. Like from the very beginning, before I even started applying, before I even thought of this university's name, it was working in my favor. And I don't even know how I got to picking this university, because it was never in my top 3, but I was just like going through universities and doing my research, and somehow this university kept making my list, and God made it his mission to make sure that I knew of this university and that this university was an option. And so it's just so crazy to me how I have 2 more months left of high school. I think I have 7 or 8 more Mondays left of high school, and I'm just now beginning to realize how everything's working in my favor. God couldn't give me the life he has for me if I'm around the same people who all they do is bring me down. God can't give me the life he has for me if I'm around people who see my potential but I don't. God can't give me the life he has for me if I'm still in the same city. God can't give me the life that he has for me if I'm still around family members who are discouraging. God can't give me the life he has for me if I don't step out of my comfort zone and learn to be responsible and autonomous for myself. And so the whole point of this video isn't to tell you that God is getting me to go to this new university. This video was never about the university. It was never about university. So if you caught the message that I was saying, then you have the right message, because it was not about picking universities. Whatever God is telling you to do, or whatever he's asking you to be obedient in, understand that it's like a rose, and each time he pulls back a petal, there's just more and more layers of goodness until you get to the core and to the center of the life that he has for you, and that is going to be your peak moment. A lot of people say in high school that this person peaked and now they can't grow anymore, but we're not going to have those peak moments, in these small areas. God is going to peak us in these huge areas, and he's going to do it publicly for all the obedience and all the tears that you shared with him privately. And so remember, this isn't about me picking the right university. This is about me being obedient even when it didn't make sense. And so if you've been struggling with that, or if that's been challenging for you, I encourage you to be obedient despite the fact that it's never really going to make sense.